Good evening, dear participants. Welcoming all for the 11th day of the International Research Workshop on Bridging Paradigms on Research Mixed Methods. And today is the fourth day of Dr. Ambati Nageshwar Rao, sir. I hope you all enjoyed the 3 day session. It is completely a theoretical as well as hands-on session. So, sir will be taking the class for today as well as tomorrow, as well as day after tomorrow. So, sincere apologies for yesterday. We have started the class by 6:30 and we ended by 8:30. And today we will be starting by right time because yesterday sir was completely preoccupied with the meeting with the IAS officers. So he was not able to join on time. But anyway, we had a sequence classes for 2 hours. So this is the way that we used to carry on all the research methodology workshops. Similarly, this is a course, so we are giving more importance for the participants to deal with the hands-on session. So today, again, sir will be taking care of the session. Without any delay, we will hand over the session to our expected resource person of the day, Dr. Ambati Nageshwar Rao, sir. Over to you, sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much. Thank you, everyone. Good evening, everyone. All the faculty members, research scholars, and all the organizing committee members. Today, as a part of today's session, we are going to talk about NVAVO. As a part of qualitative data analysis, how we are going to carry uh, like thematic analysis, content analysis. And with the help of the NVAVO, we're also going to discuss about how one can make our work easy, more easy. So with the advancement of technology, how we can complement ourselves. So in terms of bringing some quality work. So as a part of today's session, I'll be sharing, let me share my PPT with you all so that I'll discuss more. Yeah, this is my PPT. So as a part of today, or I can say that for the next 3 days, we are going to discuss about qualitative data analysis using NVIVO, especially today and tomorrow. And day after tomorrow, I'm going to talk about, as this program itself is meant for mixed method research. We also have a software that is called MaxQDA. The MaxQDA software is basically meant for how one can analyze both quantitative and qualitative data together. So as a part of December 2nd, I'll be using MaxQDA software. But today and tomorrow, I'll be introducing you all what is NVIVO. I believe many of you are aware of it and some of you might be using it. So what we are going to cover today and tomorrow. As far as today is concerned, I believe that all of you are, at least those are interested, they might have already installed the NVIVO software. I have already shared the link as well as instructions video. Okay. So I don't talk about it with the installation part. I'll be introducing you what is NVIVO and what is the interface of NVIVO, how to import the documents like text files, like a Word file, PDF file, and Excel files. Not only text files, even non-text files like video files, audio files, images. And once we import the files, different types of files, how we can start coding the part. So while talking about coding part, I'll be touching upon a couple of concepts like what is thematic analysis. So we'll do simultaneously both theory as well as hands-on practice together. So what are the concepts I'm going to do with the help of the software? With the help of the existing case studies, existing sample data sets, I'll be also covering theoretical aspect as well. So I believe that we can able to understand how to conduct the thematic analysis, how to conduct the content analysis, how to conduct the sentiment analysis. Apart from these three, NVIVO is also known for a lot of data visualization tools. How one can use different visualization tools with the help of the software, and how one can do literature review with the help of the NVIVO software. And lastly, tomorrow, as a part of tomorrow's session, ending session, I'll also show you a couple of papers, how various scholars are publishing in various renowned journals and articles by using NVIVO, so that you'll get some kind of understanding that whatever you're going to learn, nothing is going to be wasted. And it's not just about using as a part of your PhD thesis or dissertation. Other than your PhD dissertation thesis, how one can use NVIVO or at least features of NVIVO for presenting various papers. So I already shared a couple of papers, more than 7 to 8 papers, how various scholars are writing qualitative data analysis papers with the help of NVIVO. Okay. So this is what for today and tomorrow. So let me start with NVIVO. So I have already given the links and installation instructions. Currently, we have NVIVO 15th version. May I know how many of you are using for the first time NVIVO? Anyone? Just can I have a small poll? It's not poll, at least. Let me see all. How many of you are new to the NVIVO? Can you put in box? Yes, no. If you are first time user, say yes first. We have around 138 participants. First time users, Dr. Vaishali, yes, okay. What about others? Dr. Siddharth, yes, first time user. First, yes. Okay, thank you, thank you. How many of you are able to use some extent, have basic knowledge? You can say that BK, basic knowledge, or first time basic knowledge. Or you can also put expert. It's not expert, comfortable in using NVIVO. So majority of your, those who are already given the chat box responses, you're all first time users. Okay. So it is going to help me to how I can move forward. Okay. Thank you so much for your taking your time and responding to me. Yes. NVIO is a software program used for qualitative as well as mixed methods. At the beginning, I mentioned that I'll be using as a part of day 3 mix MaxQDA software. I also mentioned why I'm going to talk about MaxQDA. MaxQDA is known for combination of both quantitative and qualitative. Both combination of quantitative and qualitative. But even NVIVO can be used for mixed method research. But as compared with NVIVO, when it comes to mixed methods, we have so many varieties. It is a very big software. I can say that so many functions are available as a part of MaxQDA. Now, when it comes to the NVIVO, it's one of the best software. I can say that number one software when it comes to the qualitative analysis. And it can also provide basic charts, cross tabulations with the help of NVIVO. I'm also going to show you what kind of charts one can prepare, what kind of percentages, frequencies can be designed with the help of the NVIO software. NVIO software is basically designed for unstructured data like text videos, text, audios, videos, images. One can use interviews data, focus group data, survey data, social media data as a part of secondary desk literature, various journal articles. Okay. Initially, the product was launched by QSR International. Later on, this particular product is taken by Lumivero. I believe some of you might be knowing there is another software, Atlas TI. There is one more software. Name of the software is Atlas TI. Atlas TI is currently launched by the product name company name Lumivero. Right now, Lumivero is having both the products, NVIVO as well as Atlas TI. Both the softwares are the products of Lumivero company. Okay. Few important points before starting the NVIVO. Generally, we always say that we have to learn NVIVO, we have to learn certain data analysis softwares. The basic object of training you or teaching this particular software to make your work easy, to save your time, to reduce your energy level. Instead of spending a lot of energy, a lot of time, with the help of the software, which it can complement your work, but nothing is going to be substituted. Okay, it is not AI. AI features are available, but I'll show you how much you are going to be satisfied. But otherwise, the future, the software is going to reduce 60 to 70% of your work, but is not going to be a substitute for your what exactly as a researcher you're supposed to do it. So as a researcher, one can use this particular software, one can get the benefit of the software, and you can improve the quality of the work. You can save a lot of your time and you can save a lot of your energy. Okay. So it is not going to solve your problem. Like it is not going to give the analysis, qualitative analysis. It is going to facilitate how easily you can do your qualitative data analysis. Point number one. It's not going to write your research, qualitative research paper, qualitative research thesis and all. Okay. It's not going to make any arguments for you. It is not ChatGPT or it's not Perplexity or any other Gemini. Okay. It is a software. You are going to import the data and it is going to generate themes and codes. Either you can do manually or you can do auto code. Okay. It is not just only meant for your interviews. One can use NVIO software or name it any software for focus group discussions, for review of literature, observation, name it any data, one can use it. Okay. Learn to use quickly. Yes, you can use, we can learn quickly, but only thing is practice. Just listening, just attending the class may not be helpful. If you try at least some extent, if not today, maybe sometime, then you feel that yes, you learned something out of it. Okay. Now, what are the other options are available as a part of qualitative data analysis? As I already mentioned, in addition to NVIVO, we have Atlas TI. It is available both Windows and Mac version. It is a paid software. Even NVIVO is a paid software. DDoS, it is a free software, but very limited features are available. I'm not aware of other softwares, but MaxQDA. MaxQDA is a software. It is coming up, uh, and it is occupying both quantitative and qualitative scholars together. Especially the participants, those who attended the entire 2 weeks workshop, you are going to learn more, and people like you are going to attend, are going to learn more about what is MaxQDA software. As a part of day 3 session, I'll share you one program. There is an upcoming program on MaxQDA. Maybe if some of you are interested, you can also think of joining it. There is one more free software, Kirkus. Again, this is a free software, but with limited options. And recently, I was teaching one more software, free software called Coder. Only the problem with free and open source softwares are that the features are very limited. The features are very limited. So one can understand a difference between paid software, uh, free softwares. Okay. Now currently we are using NVIO 15. Okay. Those installed, some of you though, I believe that some of you might have installed it. Those installed, but some of you are finding, if you are finding any difficulty, you might be facing some difficulty because your system might be old. For example, if you're having a Windows 8 or lower than 8, sometimes even lower than 10 also, you may find some difficulty because you might be having 32-bit. You should, it's required minimum 64-bit if you want to install properly. It's not about installation. If you want to work properly without lagging, without buffering anything, you require to have a dual core processor that is 64-bit. I'm just explaining this particular requirements so that whenever you're going to install in future, nearby sometime, you should keep these particular points in your mind so that you can able to install, you can able to take care of proper measures. You should have proper 4 GB RAM. There should be sufficient space within your system. It required a lot of high memory and the screen resolution 1680 into 1050. That is also one of the important aspect. Minimum 8.1. If you have more than higher version, Windows 8. More than 8, that is good for you. Approximately 5 GB available hard disk space. I'm talking about minimum. These are all minimum. And recommended things, you can have more than 5 GB, you can have more than 4 GB RAM. Okay. So these are all some of the important points one should know while using on it. Let me open the software. The moment I typed NVIVO in the Google, I just got first search engine. That is NVIVO, leading qualitative data analysis software. It is a product of Lumivero. I'm just opening the first search engine. You can see that NVIVO 15, the most trusted qualitative analysis software. And right now, it is having a lot of AI assistant. They are bringing a lot of AI features. So with the help of the NVIVO, there are three options. One is one can do manually, one can do auto code, one can do with the help of the AI as well. So we are going to discuss all the features with the help of the software. I just want to introduce few things. If you look at the Lumivero research and qualitative data analysis, these are the some of the options are available. Citavi is the product of Lumivero. Again, it is one of the reference manager. Just like how mainly we have reference managers. Similarly, we have Citavi is another best reference manager. It is having more than 10,000 citations. Now let me go to the NVA software. Just click on NVIVO. If somebody want to buy NVIVO, what is the price? Just look at the price here. The scholars, the students, those who want to buy for the 1 year, you may get it for around 10 to 11,000 rupees. NVIVO subscription. There are NVIVO for students. I'm just opening NVIVO subscription. Just look at the product price. Whether you want to use for academic purpose, commercial purpose, student license. If it is a student license, it is hardly 11,000 for a year. Only thing is you have to submit your ID card, like from university, student ID or PhD scholar ID. If it is academic ID, if it is academic license version, $520. It is also adding some add-on services. We have it. If you remove this particular bundle, if you want to have assistant, you can add it. Otherwise, you can delete it. If you want to have transcription, for example, imagine that you have a lot of audios, videos, and if you want to buy 1 hour audio transcription, it will cost around $30. Right now, we have so many AI tools. You don't need to buy NVIO transcription. I'll also show you in maybe today or tomorrow session how you can use AI tools for transcribing your data, audio files, video files. Okay. This is a collaboration cloud. Basically, it is meant for the scholars. Like, for example, if I'm working with Professor Binit sir as a part of research project, and he's in one place, I'm in one place. And if you are going to hire some research staff members, as a team, we are going to work. So as a team, we can utilize this particular collaboration cloud. And myself and my colleagues can able to see how our team members are working on day-to-day basis. I can able to monitor, I can able to track day-wise what they are working on it, and we can share. This is called collaboration cloud. Okay. So depends on your requirement, you can keep adding services. Actual price is 520. Now if I add it, as you can see that I can add a number of services that I want to have it. Okay. So you can think of price, what is going to be the price. Let me come to the student version before stopping it. Student version is $130 per year. $130 per year. So just think about it. If you want to use it, you can get that 10% of save subscription Black Friday. Okay. This is what about the price. So if somebody want to buy it, but if you are going to install the NVIDIA software free trial, one can use it for 14 days. For the one system, for the one email ID, one can use for 14 days. Okay. Now let me close it. Let me open the software. Just may I know how many of you are able to install it? Somebody can say yes, no in the chat box. How many are able to install? Dr. Vaishali, yes. What about others? No. Okay. So only one. No issue. Please at least look at my screen and please stop me in case if I'm going very fast or if you want me to repeat any of the step. Okay. I'm just opening my software. I'm opening the NVIO. It is taking some time. I hope you are able to see my application NVIVO. I opened the software. Now let's try to understand what is the interface of NVIVO, how to open the project, how to save the project. Okay, that's what we are going to discuss for the next 15 to 20 minutes. If you look at this particular window, left side of the window, we have a couple of options like recent projects. Like other day I was teaching at BITS Pilani, Goa campus, and I have opened that particular project name. So this was another project where I was in some other campus. So these are recent project, like recent files that you have opened it. If you open your Word document, MS Excel file, you'll be able to see that recent files that you have opened. So similarly, it is showing that what are the recent files I'm currently working on it. Okay. And it's also talking about your NVIO license, whether it's a trial version, whether it's a license version, and it's also application related options, technical issues are also available here. If I'm using Collaboration Cloud, how we have shared our Collaboration Cloud license with my team members so that the particular details are available here. Okay. On top of the ribbon window, we have new project. If I want to create a new project, I need to click on the new project. I have already shared a couple of sample files in the Google Drive link that I have shared with you, in order to go for practice. But imagine that because of your university, you got access to NVIVO, but you don't have any sample files. You don't have primary data or you don't have any qualitative data with you.
Sir, good evening, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Sir, your screen is not visible.
One, 1 minute, sir. Okay. Sorry, sir. Thank you. Thank you. I hope it is visible, sir, right now. Is it?
Yes,
Yes.
fine, sir. Fine, sir.
Thank you. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Left side of the window, we have recent projects that have opened recently. And the left side, we're also talking about Collaboration Cloud license, the current version of the software that you're using on it, and technical aspects of the license. Everything related to your license related. It may be free software, it may be licensed version, all the related to license point of view. Okay. On the top of the ribbon window, we have a ribbon bar like a new project. That is, if I want to create new project, I collected data as a part of my PhD work. I want to work on NVIVO for my data analysis. For that, I need to click on the new project. But I don't have any data. Just because my university is giving access to NVIO software, I want to practice it. So NVIVO is giving us some sample data sets. NVIVO is giving some sample data sets. Like for example, let me show you. I'm just clicking on I'm just clicking on sample projects. You can see that I got one sample project. Let me open. So there is a project, a sample data set that is available on environmental change down east sample project. It is a very big project. Okay, I can use this particular project. I can start practicing how to use NVIVO. Okay, this is one. Now let me delete it. Let me go back. I'm just closing this particular window. I'm opening NVIVO. Okay, I hope you understood what is a sample project. There are so many sample projects are available. If you don't have your own data, you can start downloading this particular project and can practice it. And come to the right side of the window, learn and connect. People like you, people like us, those are using NVIVO, those who want to understand how other people are using NVIVO, how other people are taking the help of NVIVO as a part of the research work. There is NVIVO community. So you can look at the updates of NVIVO if you go to this particular NVIVO community. If you want to be trained as a NVIVO certificate trainer from the Lumivero company, there are $350, $500, some certificate courses are available. But I'll suggest you please explore this particular NVIVO Academy. There are a lot of free webinars are available. One thing I mentioned, you have to spend $250, $500. That is, you have to be certified as a trainer if you want that kind of certificate. If you don't want certificate, if you want to learn something, you may find a lot of webinars, free webinars. So just explore some time. Something related to free transcription. For example, if you want to get some kind of audio transcriptions, video transcriptions, okay, especially for the new users, there are certain guidelines are available here. If you want to suggest some kind of new feature for the NVIVO, or if you want to request something, you want to suggest something to the software developers, like if you want to give any kind of feedback, so that option also available here. Okay. Now coming to the next part. After having basic understanding of NVIVO, I just want to create the project. I want to use as a part of my data analysis. So I'm going to create the new project. In order to create the new project, I'm keeping my cursor on new project. Just click on it. The moment I click new project, I got one new window. It's asking what kind of project that you are going to create it. What kind of project that you are going to create it. Okay. So I'm giving the title of the project, Mixed Methods. Mixed Methods project. And it is asking where you want to save this particular file. By default, it is showing right now particular drive. I can save it wherever I want it. Okay, let me save it here only. Mixed methods. I've selected the location. Wherever you want to change the file, you can change it. You can save it accordingly. Okay. Description. You can also write a description. For example, if I'm going to share this particular file with my supervisor, maybe if I want to consult some subject expert for the sake of getting suggestions, for the sake of showing them how I'm developing codes, how I'm developing the themes. In that case, I can give what is the title of the project, what are the research objectives, what are the research questions. Because without understanding your research title, research objectives, research questions, your experts may not be able to guide you how you have prepared the codes, how you have prepared the themes, how you are traveling in the process of coding process. Okay. So description, if you're going to do it yourself, there's no point. It's not required to write a description. But if you want to consult someone, it's always better to give some overview of what is your project is all about it. Okay. That is one thing. Second one, keep a log of user actions, especially whenever you're going to have collaboration cloud. Like I have showed you, there are three types of license. One is general NVIO subscription. Second one is NVIO collaboration cloud. Third one, transcription related NVIO. So in case we are going to have collaboration cloud, if you are going to take license for three members together as a team, if you are going to take it, you can also click on keep a log of user actions. I want to know my research assistant or the field's research associate, what kind of work they are carrying on this particular project, daily ways. If I want to understand it, I can tick mark this. Okay. So right now we don't have that kind of license version. Okay. So just click on coming to the language. Currently, it is supporting around 7 to 8 languages like Chinese, English, USA, France, Germany, Japan, Portugal, and Spanish. So these are the languages currently NVIO supporting. If somebody wanted to use your regional language, you need to transcribe your data. So right now there are so many AI tools are available. So you can take the advantage of AI tools for conducting research ethically. So nothing wrong using ChatGPT, nothing wrong in using AI tools, but how you're going to use it, that is the most important aspect. Okay. So it's asking second stage of the project, whether you want to auto save the project. I always suggest whenever conducting the program, instead of going for auto save, you can say that get the reminder. If I click on auto save, I can't do undo. As we all know that how to do control Z, control undo and redo. That function may not work if you go for auto save. So just ensure that you're going to click on no, and you can give the save reminder. It can be for 1 hour, it can be 10 minutes, 15 minutes, save reminder. Further, it is also going to create recovery files. I'm already saving on this particular file and a particular folder. Apart from that, it is also going to create some recovery document for you. Maximum 3 recovery files it is going to create. You can also opt whether you want to have 1 recovery file, 2 recovery file, maximum 3 recovery files. And where to save this particular recovery file. You can also choose where you want to save this particular recovery file. Mostly, this particular recovery file will go to documents. You can see here, we'll find recovery files. Most of the softwares as a part of the C drive documents will be there. Okay. Just click on create project. I hope I'm going very slow. Okay. Now, let's try to understand interface of NVIO once we open the project. If you look at the title of the project, mixed methods, and file extension is .nvp. Like how we have Word document, .doc, .xls, like SPSS and all. We have .nvp is the file extension. That is as a part of NVIO. Okay. Now look at the ribbon bar. Just like any other application, we have file ribbon bar where I can open the file, where I can copy the file, where I can save the file, where I can get the printout of the project. Okay, this is a file ribbon bar. Next one we have import. By this particular import, we can create the existing NVIO project. We can scrap the social media web page like LinkedIn, Facebook, Twitter. Initially we are able to do it very extensively, scrapping Twitter data. Uh, right now it is not Twitter, it is X. After Elon Musk has taken the Twitter, so he imposed a lot of restrictions because so many people are started misutilizing the data, Twitter data. So there are a lot of restrictions were imposed. But not like earlier. Now also we can scrap the data, not very much, at least 1 or 2 pages. I'll show you how to scrap the data from YouTube, how to scrap the data from LinkedIn profile, Facebook page. Okay. Next one, files. One can import the files. It can be Word files, PDF files, Excel files, SPSS file. One can also import bibliographic data. Okay. There are so many options in order to import the data. Okay. Next one, we have create. So what you want to create it? I want to create memo. I want to create my literature review matrix. I want to create a code matrix. I want to create documents. I want to create cases. Next one is explore. We have a lot of data visualization tools like word frequency, charts, hierarchy chart, maps, diagrams. So there are so many options are available. So this is a basic in ribbon bar that we have it. If you look at the left side of the window, one can import the data, number of files, and you can also organize the files. Like for example, I have data transcriptions related to interviews, focus group discussions, observations. Just like how we create various folders in our desktop or laptop. In a similar way, you can also organize your files. Okay, these are the files related to review of literature. These are the files related to data analysis. These are the files related to introduction part. So you can able to organize it. We are going to discuss how to do that. Second one, it is also going to show you how to code the data, where to organize your codes, sentiments, cases, and it is also going to show you how it is going to copy various visualization tools. So one by one, we are going to check right now. I believe some of you are working with me. At least those who are working with me, I have already shared a couple of sample data files in the Google Drive. Name of the file is NVIVO. Name of the folder is NVIVO. In that, there are so many sample data sets I have given to you all. So what we are going to do, we are going to import the files right now. In order to import the files in NVIVO, I'll show you 2 or 3 different methods. Purpose is the same. I want to import the file, but we can perform in more than 2 different ways. So let me show you first one. As you can see the ribbon bar on top of the window, we have there is option called import. Just click on the import. Within the import ribbon bar, we have third option files. Just click on it. The moment I click the files, I just got first option and I should know where I have saved my file. I should know where I have saved my file. Okay. Now I'm just going to my file from where I'm going to import my data set. So I'm just going to NVIVO. I already shared name of the files are R1, R2, R3. I have already shared files with you. Name of the files are R1, R2, R3. Name of the files that I have given you R1, R2, R3. Okay. Please select that particular file. Go to the destination from where you are trying to import the files. Okay. Either you can select one by one or you can select all the files together. After selecting the file, just click on open. Now it's showing that you are trying to import the files from so and so location. Yes, I just want to import it. Just click on import. Just click on import. Now you can see that I have already imported the files R1, R2, R3 files. So just going to import, click on files, go into particular destination, selecting the particular file, clicking on open, you can open it. Okay. Now let me do Control Z. Let me do Control Z. It will take some time to Control Z. Like I just go on back. So I deleted the files. Okay. I'll show you second method how I can import the files. As you can see that white space of the window, middle of the window. If you look at my cursor, with the help of the mouse, right click. I'm clicking on import items. I'll repeat again. Anywhere on the right white space on this particular window, I'm keeping my cursor, right click on it. I got the list of options. Just click on import items. Just click on import items. The moment I click on import items, I got the window. So you can go to particular destination. I can select this particular file. Click on open. This is the second method. It is showing the what are the document properties like size of the documentary, what is the name of the file, okay, and all. Okay. I imported the file name R1. Okay. This is the second method how I can import the files. Again, Control Z. Okay. Now, third method. If you look at the left side of the window, under the data, we have option called files. Left side of the window, in the import option, there is option called data. Under the data, there is first option files. Keep your cursor on the files, right click. It is asking whether you want to import the files. What I will do, I can go, if I want to import files, I can go directly to file. But I want to organize my files. So in order to organize the files, what I will do, I'll create some folder names like interview folder, focus group discussion folder, review of literature folder. I classify the folders. I just want to organize it. Instead of simply dumping all together, I want to organize my software properly so that I can easily work together. Okay. So I'll just click on, instead of importing files, go to new folder. The moment I click on the new folder, it is asking what is the name of the folder. I want to give like interviews. Name of the folder is interview. As a part of my mixed method research, I have interviews, I have observation methods, I have survey method, survey findings also, like a basic descriptive statistics. I'm going to perform it. So I have three different data sources or responses. I have it. So I'm creating, name of the folder is interviews. Click on OK. You can see that I have opened the one folder. Name of the folder is interviews. Now just click on that interviews. Now I have opened the interview. I'm within the interview folder. Now I just want to import the file here. Import files. Select R1, R2, R3 together. Within the interviews folder, I have imported three files. So there are three methods or more than two methods how one can import the files. Okay, I hope it is clear. Now, in coming minutes, I'll talk about how to import the PDF files while talking about how to do literature review. So right now, I'm dealing with only Word file. Okay, just open the file number one, R1. I can open at a time more than one file. At a time, I'm opening more than three files. Okay. So you look at the windows here, R1, R2, R3. Okay. This is fine. Let me have a small discussion with you all. I believe that as we are talking about mixed method research, looking at the course content, organized is very well planned, well designed. There is already discussion about qualitative research philosophy, quantitative research philosophy, what kind of methods are one can use it within the qualitative approaches, within the quantitative approaches. Now, as a part of the qualitative study, if you want to do data analysis part, first of all, we should know what kind of qualitative approaches that we are selecting on it. Are you talking about phenomenological study? Are you talking about grounded theory? Are you talking about ethnography study? Are you doing a case study? So there are different types of methods we have, right? Phenomenological study have different kind of data analysis. Grounded theory have different set of data analysis. Case study have different kind of procedure, right? Now, irrespective of the methodology, we also have few concepts like thematic analysis. As a part of inductive data analysis, we have a concept called thematic analysis. What is thematic analysis? How to conduct the thematic analysis? I'm going to discuss for the next 5 to 10 minutes. Theoretical part. After having understanding about thematic analysis, we'll discuss on how to use NVIVO for conducting thematic analysis step by step. Okay. Let me show you a couple of slides. I just want to show the recent one that I have done for it, which where I have developed it. So I'll be talking about phenomenological study, grounded theory, because we don't have time to. I don't discuss what already discussed about it, but I'm just going to focus on data analysis part. Okay, if you're going to choose grounded theory as a part of your qualitative research approach, what kind of data analysis that you're going to carry it? As you all know that grounded theory is meant for developing the theory as the outcome of your research work. Okay. So within grounded theory, we have different kind of methods: classical grounded theory, constructive grounded theory. And if you want to go further, we also have constructivist Straussian grounded theory and feminist grounded theory. Now come to the data analysis part. Let me take small case study. If you look at this particular case, I'm talking about breaking taboos and empowering communities, a grounded theory analysis of menstrual health education program. Okay. Breaking taboos and empowering communities, a grounded theory analysis of menstrual health menstrual health education program. Okay. So this is particular social enterprise. It is dealing with how to address the problem of menstruation. Okay. So I collected data from this particular organization, especially the people, those who got training menstrual health education program. Okay. Now I just want to collect the data. I have framed the questions like, how does menstruopedia mental health education influences awareness and mental health practices related to menstruation? I just want to know how this particular menstrual health education creating empowerment, awareness, and how it leads to community level impact. But as a part of the grounded theory, after a certain period of time, as it goes, both data collection and data analysis will go simultaneously. Looking at the preliminary findings of the study, I realized that without including boys and young men, I cannot complete the data. So once I reached saturation, I was not able to find any new insights. What of the data I collected from the uh, girls and women and teachers, I realized that I need to include the boys and men as a part of my research work in order to create actual impact and in order to create the develop the theory out of my research work. So I have two questions. In two different phases, I collected data. Phase number one, I have included only girls and women from rural communities and teachers and healthcare professionals. Looking at the preliminary findings, later on I realized that I cannot complete the study. I cannot fill the gap without including boys and young men. So in each phase, I had different research question. I collected the data. I'm not going detail, but I don't want to discuss much about it. Now, coming to the data analysis, I have given the overview of what kind of study I have conducted as a part of grounded theory. Now coming to the data analysis of grounded theory, we have open coding, Excel coding, selective coding, and revisiting the literature based on findings of the study. So I need to follow as a part of my data analysis. These are the four important stages I have to follow it. Okay. Now, open coding. What is open coding? Open coding is nothing but, as a researcher, as you are going to go through the entire interview transcript of the data that you have collected, you start looking at what is relevant data, what is relevant data. Once you familiarize yourself with the data, you start generating the codes. Now, the question comes, what is the code? What is the code here? Okay. What is the code? Code is the common subject. Name it any type of data analysis that you're going to carry, whether it's thematic analysis, whether it's content analysis, whether it's interview, whether it's focus discussion, whether it's observation. Without knowing the concept of coding, you cannot complete data analysis. But what is the coding? The term code is used in many ways. First, we would like to define code means that we attach labels to data segments that depict what each segment is about it. I collected my data. I have a lot of sentence paragraphs. While reading it, I start highlighting some important points. For that particular sentence, I'll come up specific label, some name I'm going to give. That particular name should depict what this particular text consists. If I'm not able to give name that reflects the entire sentence, that particular if not giving that particular meaning, that particular code is not the right code. Let me show you, for example, here. Yes. Code, if you look at the example, he cares about me, he has never told me, but he does. After reading this particular sentence, the code that you're going to give, the code that must depict, the code must justify the sentence that you're trying to justify with the particular label, that particular word that you want to give it. Okay. Now, the point is that as a part of qualitative research, it is completely subjective. As a researcher, right now we have around 190 people or around 200 people. All 200 people are reading this particular 3 lines paragraph, and we are going to come up with some quotes. So there is a possibility that out of 200 people, almost everybody may not able to come up with the same kind of coding. It is completely subjective. It depends on your language skills, your understanding, your interpretation, right? So there is a possibility that you can see a lot of uniqueness in terms of how each person is giving the coding. Now the question comes whether who is correct, whether myself I am correct, whether Professor Binit is correct, whether some other professor is correct. It's not about who is correct here, whether you are able to justify whether the code that you're going to give it, is it able to depict the entire meaning? Is it able to give the sense of the meaning that this particular line contains or not? Are you able to capture the entire sentence with the word that you are trying to quote? That is the most important aspect. Okay. Let's take for example here. I really feel comfortable around him. So here the researcher felt instead of giving new name, comfortable is the right choice. Comfortable is the right choice for that. Okay. So they are given the comfortable is a code. Now, whereas when it comes to the second code, he always been there for me, even when my parents were not. He is one of the few things that I hold as a constant in my life. So the researcher felt stability is the right choice, right code for that. Okay. So it depends on this researchers to researcher how you're going to give the code. Now coming to the grounded theory data part, few more codes. Now with the help of the software, as you can see the right side of the window, right now you are seeing this particular clip from the Atlas TI. As a part of this particular slide that I am presenting you right now, how Atlas TI is going to help us to generate the themes and codes. Whether it is Atlas TI, whether it is MaxQDE, whether it is NVIVO, functioning are the same. You can create the folders. Within the folders, you can have parent code like themes, sub-themes, categories, codes. You can able to organize with the help of the software. Now, there are different types of codes. If you're going to use softwares, like you are going to create the code manually, like a drag and drop with the help of the software, you're going to create it. Quick coding, we are going to do it. Vivo coding, we are going to do it. So I'm going to discuss all the features with the help of the software, how we are going to do it, other than manual coding. After having understanding about code, what is quotation? What is quotation? Let me show you here. I'm going to differentiate between what is code, what is memo, what is quotation, what is comment. Code, we understood what is code. Now coming to the memo. A memo is a reflective note written by the researcher to record thoughts, interpretations, theoretical insights that arise during the data analysis process. Now, I started coding my data. I felt that I should use this particular code when I'm going to look at the intersectionality of this particular concept, or when I'm going to look at a particular respondent point of view. So I'll take note of it. This is the most important aspect. In future, maybe when I'm doing to deal with some particular theme, some particular code, or some particular respondent, I should highlight, I should collect more data. I should more look into some other aspects of the data. So memo is nothing but a reflective note. You're taking some notes to record thoughts. Maybe it is some kind of idea, some kind of how you're going to interpret it, how what kind of insights that you're going to bring it, how you want to connect it. It can be anything. So you're taking some note to think I should do something in coming data analysis, coming themes, or coming connecting with particular respondent, or connecting with particular theme. It can be anything. Memo. Okay. It serves to capture the researcher's reflections, thoughts on patterns in the data or ideas for developing codes and themes. Especially while coding, while developing the themes, you'll plan certain things. Okay, I should remember this particular point at the time of doing this particular code, or at the time of connecting this particular thought or this particular theme, something like that, some kind of plan or some kind of reflection you're going to note down it. For example, after coding a segment about workplace environment, you might write a memo saying it seems that the workplace environment influences job satisfaction more significantly than pay. I need to explore this further in the next phase of analysis. So, as a qualitative researcher, there is a possibility that as you're dealing with a lot of codes, a lot of themes, you may forget some important things. So, you're taking note. It's just like some kind of memo, some kind of note diary, which you have to use it when you're going to do particular task. Okay. In practice, memos are used to track the researcher's evolving understanding of the data and are helpful for theory development point of view. I hope I'm able to make it sense what is meant by memo. Memo as a researcher, you start taking some important points like it might be some people consider as a task. This particular task I should do it, or this particular connection I should look at it. I should see whether there is a link, this particular concept, that particular concept, or maybe this particular respondent not answered properly. This particular interview is having less data. I should explore more secondary data sources. Whatever maybe that, some kind of reflection of the researcher for the sake of future analysis. At the time of further data analysis, we'll keep some plan of action. Okay. Next one, quotation. You might have seen a lot of papers where people comes up with a lot of narratives, like first-hand narratives, like the researcher responded, the respondent stated like this from the words directly you want to take. Let's take for example, I love working from home because it gives me flexibility. Instead of I'm saying what my respondent said, I want to take the exact word, exact quotation from the my respondent. So it will give more strength to my findings. This kind of narratives. A quotation is a direct excerpt or passage from the data. Typically, the words spoken by a participant are observed in the research setting. Quotations provide evidence for the analysis showing the actual words of the participants. Okay. In practice, quotations are often used to illustrate a specific theme or a code in the research findings, offering direct support for conclusions. Because in addition to your own analysis, your own interpretation part, if you can take a couple of narratives, it will give strong, strong. It will talk directly to the readers, examiners. That kind of sense, that kind of feeling, one can get it if you're going to use quotations. Comment. A comment is an observation or additional note made by the researcher, which could include clarification, analysis, or further questions about the data. Comments are typically used to highlight areas for further exploration or to provide context for the data being analyzed. So one can use comments, particular code, particular theme, particular memo, particular data source, It is almost like looks like memo, but you can also write comments for every code, for every theme, for every memo. Let's take for example, it's interesting that many employees mentioned the flexible work hours as a key benefit, but none of them seem to discuss the impact on work life balance. So you're going to write comment at the time of coding part, at the time of data analysis. Later on, you're going to use this particular part. Okay. In practice, comments are often added to memos or directly on specific quotation to highlight nouns or issue that require deeper analysis. Okay. So I'm going to talk about later on how to merge the code, how to split the code with the help of the software. Okay. Now, right now I introduced basic concepts of what is code, what is memo, what is comment, what is quotation. Come to the grounded theory data analysis. As you all know that grounded theory data analysis, one can collect the data, one has to collect the data. Maybe you may require to collect the data more than one phase, more than one phase of the data collection. As it is iterative process, you start looking at uh, what kind of codes are generated in the phase one and what kind of generated codes are generated in phase two, phase three, phase four. You start looking at constant comparison. You are going to do it. While doing constant comparison, you start looking at are there any duplicates? Are there any repetitions? What are there any new insights coming up the data? We'll cross looking at it. In this particular study, the researcher wanted to analyze or understand how aging process is going to influence female executives. So the researcher collected data in 4 different phases, and in each phase they got around 550 codes. That is phase one, open coding. Phase one is open coding. Second one, Excel coding, or the researcher tried to club these particular codes to identify the subcategories and to connect them with the theme. Okay. So you can able to see that how the researcher tried to develop the how to merge the codes with the help of the data while going through the each and every code, each and every construct. Under the professional background, which are the sub themes are coming up. Daily life of a female executive, what are the sub themes are coming up. So it is a continuous process. It is a completely entire on rigorous process is required as a part of doing grounded theory data analysis part. Okay. Let me show you one more part. That is thematic analysis. Just miss 1 minute. Just miss some points here. What is thematic analysis? Thematic analysis is nothing but identification of patterns and similarities from the data that we collected. And as per the concept given by Brown Clarke, there are 6 stages in thematic analysis. We have 6 stages as a part of thematic analysis. Stage number one, familiarizing yourself with the data. Once you collect the data from your field, you start reading the entire data set. You start understanding what kind of data that you collected it. In order to understand what kind of data that you collected, one should be able to read. You should be able to familiarize yourself what kind of data that you collected it. Once you're able to familiarize yourself, you can able to understand whether, as a part of your data that you have collected, whether you got all the relevant findings, irrelevant findings. Now, why I'm saying relevant and irrelevant. Now, when it comes to the qualitative data, it depends on the researcher how you are going to probe your respondent, how you are going to create environment, and how your respondent is answering it. Some people will come directly to the point. Some people will talk so much, and at the end, they may give you what you are looking for it. But you cannot say that, no, don't talk about it. Come to the direct point. You can't say that, right? So there is a possibility that you may collect a lot of data. I didn't explain merging codes. I'll explain to you, sir, with the help of the software. Professor Suchita. Okay. Now, when it comes to the relevant, irrelevant, it depends on how much you're able to understand the data based on the objectives. Once we have familiarity, you start generating the codes. Once you generate the codes, one can able to develop the themes. Once you develop the themes, you are going to review the themes that you have developed it. And the fifth stage, you are going to define your themes. And lastly, you are going to report it. So let's see one by one with the help of the data that you have it. We are going to follow this particular 6 stages. Please open your NVA software. Please open your NVA software. Those are practicing along with me. We have 3 interview transcripts. We have 3 interview transcripts. First one is Vishesh. Like first one is Vishesh. Sorry, first one is Gunj. Second one is Vishesh. Third one is Jaipur Rex. We have 3 social enterprises which are working with the people in order to uplift in terms of in order to address their social and economic problems. What are my objectives of the study? My objectives of the study are to understand how do these particular social enterprises like Gunj, Vishesh, Jaipur Rugs addressing the socio-economic challenges of this particular community, and what kind of inclusive practices they are following on it, and what kind of sustainable practices they are adopting it. By keeping these particular 3 research questions, I collected the data. I have transcripts. I have given hardly 10% of the data that I collected. Okay. So this is the 10% of the my interview transcript I have given to you. Now, first step of the thematic analysis is familiarizing with the data. How to familiarize yourself with the data? If you want to familiarize yourself with the data, you need to go through the entire interview transcript. We have to go to the entire interview transcript. So as it's a workshop, we don't have time to go through the entire interview transcript. What we'll do, we'll randomly create some quotes. So imagine that you have gone through all the 3 interview transcripts. We have gone through all the 3 interview transcripts. Now, second stage is generating the quotes. First stage is familiarizing with self with the data. Means familiarizing means you have to read. You know that what kind of data is there with you. Second one, generating the quotes. Generating the quotes as a part of NVIO, there are different ways I can do it. One is manual coding. Let's take, for example, I have this particular hard copy. I'm reading hard copy of it. What I will do, I've gone through this particular line. I've gone through this particular line, and I felt that I should give the code like addressing socio-economic problems is the code. Addressing socio-economic problems is the code I'm going to give it. So for that, giving the code, I had to select this particular sentence with the help of the mouse. As you can see that this particular text is selected. This particular text is there any audio problem from my side? Please let me know. Am I clear so far? Okay, thank you. As I've gone through this particular line, I just want to give the code name as addressing socio-economic problems as the code. So in order to give the code, first let me activate the codes. Look at the left side of my window. Under the coding, there is option called codes. Just double click on it. Just click on it. You will be able to see one more window. You can see there is one more window. This is window name is codes. In order to give the code, just click on the codes. You will get the one more window here, middle of the window. Now, there are multiple ways how we can give the coding. Let me do one by one. First thing, I need to select the text that I want to give the code. For this particular sentence, I want to give the code. What I will do, I selected with the help of the mouse, right click, right click. The moment I right click on my mouse, I got one list. Code selection, code to recent codes. Right now, code to recent code is not activated because we haven't given any code. If I'll tell you what is this is, when to use it. Code in Vivo, uncode. Earlier I have done coding part. I want to uncode it, like undo. Okay. So there are a couple of options: export this particular document, print this particular document, cut, copy, paste. There are so many options are available. Come to the first one, code selection. The text, this particular line that I have selected, I want to code that particular line. For that code selection, the moment I select the code selection, I got new window. Please, this is a very important point. After getting this particular window, there are four options. Are you doing codes? Are you doing sentiments? Are you doing relationships? Are you doing case? We are doing coding part. As a result, you can see that button is activated already. Now, right side, there is option called create new top level code. Top level code is nothing but parent code. So I'll talk about in coming minutes or coming few more minutes. Child code, parent code. Right now, we are just going to create a code. So in order to create the code, under the create new top level code, just click on it. The moment I click on the top level code, left side, under the codes, I got some option to create the name of the code. So here I'm going to type addressing socio-economic problems. It is always better to give more than one word as a part of the coding. If you feel there is no option, that is fine. Otherwise, it's always better to give more than one word so that you can able to see more precise your coding part. Okay. Now I have given the code name as addressing socio-economic problems. Keep your cursor in the middle of the space and select code selection 2. Now look at here. We got one new code. We got one new code. I'll talk about it what is file. I'll talk about it what is reference after some time. Let me do one more code. In rural areas, okay, we are not going to with text wise. So I have selected this particular one more sentence, two more lines I have selected. Okay. So this time I'm just want to see uh, dignity of the beneficiaries. I want to see dignity of the beneficiaries. Okay. Like a trash based economy. Let me give the code name as. I have selected the text with the help of the mouse, right click on code selection. Now create new code. Here I'm going to type trash based economy. Trash based economy. Select it, code selection. Now we got new codes. So like that, you start looking at doing line by line for the entire interview transcript, whether it's interview, whether it's focus group discussion, whether it's observation. So this is code selection is one type of coding. Let me show you second one, second way of doing it. Have selected entire text, entire line, one particular line. Okay. For this particular line, for this particular sentence, I want to give the code. So what I will do, I selected this particular text with the help of the mouse, left click, drag and drop it under the quotes. Let me repeat it again. I've selected two lines. I selected one sentence. With the help of the mouse, left click, that is the left button, I selected it, drag and drop it under quotes section. I'm just carrying from right to the left. The moment I drop it, I leave my mouse. It's asking what is the new code name that you're going to give it. I'm giving the code name Bridging Rural Urban Gap. Bridging. Don't mind if there are any spelling mistakes. Urban Rural. Urban Rural Gap. Okay. I've given the code. So here we got the codes. Here we got the codes here. This is called drag and drop. This is called drag and drop code. Okay. Now let me show you one more time, repetition. Have selected this particular code with the help of the mouse. Drag and drop it under quotes. It is asking title of the code. Okay. So here I'm going to create equal opportunities. I'm just giving randomly. I'm not going subject wise. Please look into that. I'm giving equal opportunities. So this is the code. Now, next one, I have selected this particular sentence. Okay. I just want to give right click with the help of the mouse. There is one more option called code to recent codes. Code to recent code means I have done recent codes. What are the codes I have done? Trash based economy, equal opportunities, bridging urban and rural areas. These are the addressing socio-economic problems. These are the four codes. These are the recent codes. Now there happens that maybe because of you are having uh, more than one data source or more than one interview respondents, there is a possibility that you may get same code, but context may be differ. You may be talking about, for example, I want to give the code name as addressing socio-economic problems only for this particular sentence also. For this particular data segment, instead of giving new code, I want to give same code that is addressing socio-economic problems. Please look at here. Addressing socio-economic problems. I'm having file number 1 and there is only one segment. The moment I select for this particular sentence, code to recent codes, the moment I keep my cursor on code to recent codes, left side is showing what are the recent codes I have done it. I just need to select the code that applies for this particular sentence, the code that applies to this particular data segment. I felt this is related to addressing socio-economic problems. I have selected it. Look at here, there are two references. I'm keeping my cursor on 2, serial number 2, just double click. Now you can see that there are two data segments. There are two data segments. First one is talking about Anshu Gupta established Gunj in the 1999, providing sustainable economic approach to addressing poverty and associated problems. Second data segment, significant deficiencies in rural livelihood, water, environment, education, health, disaster assistance, and rehabilitation. Code is the only one. Under one particular code, there is a possibility that so many data segments may come. It can come from one particular interview. It can come from so many interviews. It can come from different type of data sources also. There is a high possibility of it. Now, just imagine that I collected data from 10 people or only 3 people, but I have each interview is around 20 pages, 30 pages. Now, under each code, I'm going to have like this lot of data segments. The best part of software is that you can able to see every code. Under each code, how many segments are there, I can copy these particular segments once I complete entire coding part. Control C, open the Word document. I can able to copy in a particular place. I can able to see what are the similarities, what are the patterns. Are they able to justify this particular code? If they're able to justify this particular code, whether I'm going to come up with a very broad theme, whether I'm going to need to come up with sub themes, right? I can able to go through everything in a single document, single space. So it is helping me to organize my codes, my themes in a proper manner, right? This is one aspect. Okay. Come to the coding part again. Still, we have to do a couple of codings before talking about thematic development. Let me show you one more method. Earlier, what I have done, I have selected the text. I gone for code to recent codes, right? Now there is one more option. After selecting this particular text, look at the bottom of the window. Look at the bottom of the window. This is nothing but code to recent codes. If I keep my cursor here, if I click on it here, it will show all the codes that I have done so far. Again, I want to give the code name as addressing socio-economic problems only. To show that I want to show you more, I just want to show you again addressing socio-economic problems only. So I'll select this particular code, just click enter. Now see here, we got three context. We have three different segments. We got three different segments. Let me close it. One more method, one more important way of coding it. I have selected this particular, I have gone through this particular code, entire text, entire line. I felt one code, one name, one word itself is justifying the entire sentence. Like for example, there was one example I have shown you, comfortability. That particular word itself giving good sense for the entire sentence, for the entire paragraph. In this particular place, let's take for example, I'm giving empowerment. Of course, it is not applying. Like for example, I just want to talk about impact. Is the impact word here? Let's take for example, creativity. Okay. Creativity is the one word. I just want to, instead of giving new name, instead of giving new code, I felt creativity itself justifying the entire sentence. Art is giving, it is depicting what I'm trying to, what this particular sentence is trying to convey. So for that, what you have to do is you have to select that particular word, one word, right click. There is option called Vivo code, code in Vivo. There is option called code in Vivo. Just click on it. See that I didn't give any name. Just whatever the word I have selected, I just selected the particular code. I click on code in Vivo. If you open this particular reference, I got in code in Vivo. Okay. So these are the different types of codes one can do as a part of it. Now, how to develop the themes? How to develop the themes? We are doing coding part. Imagine that you have done, if you don't take it personally, maybe those are practicing today. If you can able to come with tomorrow's session, we can able to see how you can develop the codes, how you can develop the themes. Maybe you can practice for tomorrow's session before coming. Now let me see how you can develop the, how you can merge the codes, how you can arrange the codes. Let's take for example, I want to say that all these particular codes don't go by subject value. I just want to keep all these particular codes under addressing socio-economic problems. I want to take addressing socio-economic problems as a theme. I want to see addressing socio-economic problems as a themes. Okay. There are more than one method. Easiest method is I select this particular code. Like I'm just going to merge this particular code under addressing socio-economic problems. See here, I got the plus point here. If I click on the particular plus point, trash-based economy. Let me undo for once again. Please count. Those are looking at my screen. Please count how many codes we have. One is trash-based economy. Second one is equal opportunities. Third one is creativity. Fourth one is bridging rural, urban and rural gap. Fifth one is addressing socioeconomic problems. Now, I just want to club all the other codes under addressing socioeconomic problems. I want to take addressing socioeconomic problems as a theme. Let's say, for example, we'll have two themes. Okay, we'll have two themes. Okay. I'm keeping randomly without going to subject. Trash-based economy as a part of addressing socioeconomic problems. See, I'm keeping and dragging and dropping under addressing socioeconomic problems. Now, trash-based economy is not there. Where it is here? It is under I hope you are able to see that. Now, bridging urban rural area, I want to keep it under again here. See here. So this is called parent code. This is called child code. This is called theme. This is called code. Okay. Similarly, creativity. I'm dragging and dropping under equal opportunities. Dragging and dropping under. Let's say, imagine that I don't want this particular code, creativity. By mistake, I created. I felt this is not related. This is irrelevant to my data or irrelevant to my research objectives. So I select it, this particular code, right click. There is option called delete. There is option called delete. I can delete it. Are you sure you want to delete this code? Yes. This is once you done the coding part, you are going to organize it. But if you have some kind of theoretical framework, for example, if you are doing some content analysis or framework analysis, you have some framework in your mind and you already have some buckets, some categories, and you prepare the particular categories first. And once while reading the data, what are the data is coming, you keep that particular data under that particular buckets. Okay. So that is also possible. That is also possible here. Let's take, for example, I'm going to create one more code. Let me go to the second interview. I've gone through this particular sentence. I'm giving the code to recent code. It is going to be a top level code. That is a new code. It is going to be like inclusion of PWD, inclusion of persons with disabilities. Look at here, I got one inclusion of person with disability as a separate code. Right now, you can call it as a theme. Under the inclusion of person with disabilities, I want to create codes. So what I will do, I've selected this particular sentence, right click, code selection. Instead of clicking on create new code, that is top level code, I want to create subcode. Like I want to create code under inclusion of poverty. Earlier, what we did, we have created 5 codes and we have merged all the codes under addressing socioeconomic problems. But I have some framework in your mind. Like I'm reading about Sigmund Freud theory. If you're doing content analysis or deductive analysis or framework analysis, if you have some buckets, already some framework is guiding you. I'm not talking about inductive data analysis. If you're having some deductive or content analysis, if you want to do that, if you have some framework in your mind, if theory is guiding you, these are some of the themes or some of the categories are going to come. Like inclusion of poverty or inclusion of person with disabilities, one category. Under that, what all codes are coming, I am going to keep it. Like for that, I'm selecting inclusion of PWD. The moment I select inclusion of PWD, it is asking child code. Till now, what it was showing? It was showing top level code. Now it is not showing top level code. Top level code is here, inclusion of PWD. Under inclusion of PWD, child code is skill development. Now, before I'm going to click on here, please look at here. Right now, inclusion of PWD, there is nothing like anything. The moment I activate this one, click on code selection. See here, I got directly. There are two types of thematic analysis: inductive thematic analysis, deductive thematic analysis. Especially, there is a lot of confusion. There are a lot of scholars keep mixing together. As a part of content analysis, you can do this way. If you have some framework or some framework analysis, we are going to carry it. If you know direct code or direct themes, you can enter your themes. And while reading the data, if you think this particular data connected to this particular theme, you can directly keep under the particular buckets. Okay. Let me put it one more randomly. I'm not reading the subject. I'm giving one more new code. I have selected the text, code selection. I'm repeating what I have done. Okay. Under the code selection, right now it is showing top level. I don't want to create new theme. I want to create the code under inclusion of PWD. For that, I need to select inclusion of PWD first. The moment I select inclusion of PWD, you can see that child code is showing here. Now I need to select child code. Under that, addressing social barriers, social or physical barriers, whatever you put it. Look at here. So this is one theme. This is one theme. These are the codes. So like that, it is goes unending process. Depends on the number of texts, number of questions, number of interviews, number of data transcripts that you have it. We have to go through the entire data. We have to go through line by line. We have to first develop the codes. Once we go through the codes, like for example here, first step is familiarizing yourself with the data. That will come with the help of reading your interview transcript. Second one, generating the codes, like how we have done the coding part for each interview transcript. Once we generate the codes, you need to search for the themes. How to search for the themes? Let me show you a small example. I think, I don't know if there are any earlier participants, those attended. We have 17 sustainable development goals, right? We have 17 sustainable development goals. We can divide this particular 17 sustainable development goals under 5 classifications, 5 categories, right? We can divide 5 categories like 1 to 6, social sustainable development goals, 7 to 11, economic, 12 to 15, environmental goals, and 16 is a specific related to strong justice, peace institutions. 17 is partnership. Now I'm able to come up with these particular classifications based on how these particular codes are connected to each other. Goal number 1 to goal number 6. They're all related to social goals. If somebody is subject expert in sustainable development, I agree that every goal is interdependent. You cannot simply say that these are social, but overall, you can able to divide it. I can call it as a 1 to 6 social sustainable development goals, 7 to 11 economic goals, and 12 to 15 I can call it as I can classify it as a environmental sustainable development goals. Like 12 to 15 talking about environmental related issues like pollution, consumption, life on land, life below the water and all. Okay. Now, just because 12 to 15 they are related to environment, they are all connected with each goal. I'm coming with the name environmental sustainable development goal. Second one, economic sustainable development goal. First one, social sustainable development. So based on the codes, once we read what are the codes that you're going to generate, let's take for example here, if I want to say that these particular social enterprises are including PWDs, how they're including, it is possible to include them by giving skill development, by addressing their social barriers, physical barriers, by providing employment opportunities, right? That's how they can able to include it. So all are connected under this particular theme. So I'm able to understand where they connected, what kind of relationship they have it only once I go through. Like if I go to this particular text reference, if I go through it, simply coding doesn't help you. Simply coding is not going to help you. Once we code it, we have to read entire text, connect with the code. Okay, this particular code is talking about it. Overall, looking at the similarities and patterns, what kind of theme can be developed. For developing the theme, up to what extent your research questions, research objectives are going to guide you. Most of the time, your research questions or research objectives are going to help you. What kind of themes can be generated? Okay. In case we have very big, lengthy interview transcript, at least that text, some extent, it is going to help you. If you have more data, there is a high possibility that you may get a lot of reference, a lot of sub themes, subcategories. Okay. So once you generate everything, I can export these particular codes. Imagine that in place of 3, I have 30 data segments. Everything, Control A, Control C, just open the Word document, Control V. If you have 100 codes, 200 codes, 200, 300, whatever may be that, everything I'll put it in a single place. But if you are going to have hard copy, if you are going to have transcripts, is it easy to manage? But with the help of the software, you can able to copy in a Word document, you can take the printout, you can read it, you can delete the data, you can remove the data, you can add it data. So many things can be done with the help of the software. Okay. This is all about how one can do manual coding part. This is all about how one can do manual coding part. Before ending the session, I'll also show you how to do the auto coding. Then you'll go for question answer session. Okay. Well, let me complete this part, thematic analysis. Once you generate the themes, like for example, first theme is balancing socio-economic objectives is my first theme. I'm able to come up with looking at the codes that I have, like trash-based economy, charging companies instead of job seekers, breaking poverty cycles. These are all representing, these are all something talking related to social economic goals point of view, social economic aspects of it. So looking at the connectivity of the code that I got it, I'm able to come up with a concept called balancing socio-economic objectives is the theme. Second theme, we have codes like disability inclusion. We're talking about skill development for Jaipur rural artisans. So altogether, I'm saying that empowering marginalized communities through inclusive practices. Empowering marginalized communities through inclusive practices. Third one, sustainability for long term, like circular economy, sustainable livelihood sources. If you have a sympathy mindset, you're going to give donations. But if you really want to bring some change, you're going to make them independent. As a result, they're going to have livelihood sources. They can work on themselves. They can be independent. If you're going to improve their livelihood source, obviously it's going to have impact on long term, right? So you can see that the kind of long term practices, what kind of sustainability that you're going to create. So looking at the codes that we get it, you can able to come up with the new themes that are going to classify it. Once we give the themes, we can able to review, are they really justifying the themes that you've gone through that? What is the justification we have it? In what way you're able to justify the codes, the sentences, the context, how far the context under each code is giving justification to the codes. Once we get the clarity, you are going to come up with the description of each theme. You're going to describe each theme. Under each theme, we are going to have all the codes and you're going to redefine that theme. Then you're going to submit the report of it. So you can also see how you can how you can generate themes, codes with the help of the software. So this is all about how to do it with the help of the manual coding part. Before ending, I just want to show you how to do auto code. Whatever we are doing it, we can do with the help of the hard copy pencil, pen and paper, right? But just because you are putting on the software, it is organizing your data. You can easily can go to one place to another place, one text to another text easily. Now let's come to interviews. What all I have discussed so far, that is nothing but manual coding, manually. Okay. Though we are using software to store, to organize, to maintain our data. But what is the specialty of the NVIVO? I have selected the file R1, R2, R3 with the help of Shift plus down arrow button. With the help of Shift plus down arrow button, either I can select one by one or I can select all together. After selecting the file, we are right now in the home ribbon bar. There is option called code. Next to code, there is one more option, auto code. Just click on it. Just click on auto code. I got one new window, auto code wizard. It is asking whether you identify the themes. Yes, I want to identify the themes. Please look at the time. You can look at your time on computer, right side bottom. Right now in my laptop, it is showing 7:43, maybe 7:42. Okay. I have selected auto coded themes, identify themes. Next, hardly 10 seconds. We have got the themes, we have got the codes. Right now, whatever you're seeing here, these are nothing but the themes and codes generated it. If you want to see what exactly it has done, you can click on the plus button, like conservative community, community needs, local communities. It is based on certain algorithms based on by using machine learning. Nothing is AI here. I mean, it is not going to write any data analysis here. It is just organizing your data. Let's take, for example, here. I got the themes and codes. Next, next. I want to keep all the codes in the auto-coded themes. So activate it. Auto-coded themes. Finish. See here, from each file, I got, for example, file number 1, I got 18 codes. File number 2, I got 33 codes. File number 35, I got 35 codes. Now, what is the plus of it? For example, there are 66 context. Just double click on it. Just double click on it. Now everything is in a single place. All the codes like 33.7 references, we have it. 57, 27, all these are available here. Resulting view. Now it has taken hardly 10 seconds to generate 18 codes. If you want to know what are the codes it is generated, come to the left side of the window. If you want to know what are the codes it generated, come to the left side of the window. Just click on the codes. If you click on the codes, I got auto-coded themes. Please look at the left side of my window. If I click on the codes, I got auto-coded themes. Just click on it. These are all the themes and codes I got it. These are all themes and codes. I got it. Let me close all this stuff. These are all codes I got. These are all themes. How it is easily organized, well organized. Now, what we have to do it, once you get this particular support from the NVIVO, we have to go to every reference and copy in Word document and organize it like a theme wise, code wise, just organize it. And you can go through the entire text as per the theme it has developed it. You got some framework, right? But that is not the final. It is only saving you your time to energy to generate themes and codes. From here, as a researcher, you have to use your analytical skills or research skills. Though we are going to talk about how we can use AI as a part of tomorrow's session, but as a part of auto code, it generated all the themes and codes for you. Tomorrow I'll discuss rest of the part, how one can create data visualization tools, how we can analyze audio, video, how we can transcribe the data. Tomorrow we'll discuss about it. Okay. So this is what for today. And if you have any questions, anything, you can answer for it. Okay. Let me stop sharing here. Dear scholars, this is from my side. If there is anything, if you want me to repeat, if you want me to give some clarification, please let me know. Was it clear? Are you able to follow it? Am I able to make sense? Okay, thank you. Whatever I covered today, I'm just you can go through that particular YouTube link that I have shared earlier. Maybe you can look at the further if you want to watch it once again, you can check it out. I'm just copying here. What are the chances of losing data in the software? There is nothing to lose software. The particular trial version is available for 14 days. If you can able to complete your task, if you can able to complete your work within 14 days, and that is well and good. Otherwise, maybe with the help of your institute, with the help of, but even if you're not able to, if a trial version gets completed also, your data is not going to lose. Whenever you get the license version, or whenever you can able to activate that particular software, your data will be there. Or you can send that particular project, you can share that particular project via email, and you can use in some other system with a new email ID, you can create it, you can go for it. Okay. Data is not going to lose. If you are going to use AI, there is one more option in the version 15th. They have included AI assistant. It may not be very helpful that much. Just for the sake of competition, everybody is talking about AI. They included 3 features in NVIVO. It is going to summarize your interview transcript. It is going to summarize the particular theme transcript. But it's going to ask you, we are not going to share this particular data with the third party. Are you ready to accept it? If you accept only, it will go for AI using the data. So if you believe, if you trust, you can accept the terms and conditions. Otherwise, they clearly mention that we don't give your data to the third party. Okay. Is there defective if you purchase software for 1 year? Defective means I don't think there is any problem, sir. You can use it for 1 year is good time. Okay, definitely. As a part of the institution, you can at least for your PhD scholars, you can get it for maximum 10 to 11,000. But if you want to get it as an academician, we have to spend around 45 to 50,000 rupees per year. If you are going for a team as a team member, like otherwise for 3 years, you'll get some further discount. I know from Indian context, one agency, maybe they can give you 10%, 20% discount if you really want to get into, if you want to get for your institution. That is one thing. Uh, I was talking about Max QDA. Those are going to attend my program. They are going to get 2 months license. As I conduct regularly training programs, I can get you the 2 months license. Neither NVO will give, neither Atlas will. Atlas is only 5 days free version. Max QDA also 14 days, but Max QDA, those who attend my program, I'm going to give you for 2 months. I'll share if the organizers permit, I'll share the flyer here. Maybe you can think of joining if you're interested. So this is one. Any questions? Software developed by which country? Reddy sir, I don't know. It is from German, might be. Which country, I'm not sure. But right now it is a product of Lumivero. Earlier it was QSR International. Lumivero acquired this product. Both NVIVO, Atlas TI is part of Lumivero product right now. Okay. Interested to join. Thank you. Any questions, please? Anyone? Any clarification required? Still, we have 5 minutes time, 5 to 10 minutes. I know today is Sunday, but still, let me know if you have any questions. Okay, sir. This is from my side.
Yeah. So thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you, everyone. Thanks a lot. Thank you for your feedback. Thank you.
So who has successfully completed the 4 days. Remaining 2 more days left for him. And we have one more speech. Apart from this, you have one more talk on a report rating by Dr. Vidya Nagari and head of the department from Pune University. So thank you so much. We'll see you tomorrow at right time. Thank you so much. Good night.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.